Hi guys. Hello 7-Up. You gonna sit there next to me while I chat? I took a little vlog break because life just got a little bit crazy. But we're back and I wanted to do something different. Something like, I don't know, just to switch it up. I feel like the vlogs can get repetitive, but I will get back to them soon. A lot of you guys wanted like skincare videos, closet videos, fashion stuff, but the most asked thing was like you wanted to get to know me better and answer some questions. And there was loads of people asking for a video of Eva and I sitting down, like doing our makeup. So we definitely want to do that at some point. But I thought tonight I have the evening free. I thought we could do a little wind down together, evening together, just do all the nice things, do some skincare, and then I thought I could answer some questions. So on the closet stuff, I probably will be moving house soon. So I thought I would do a video I love watching people like fill their closets and organize their closets, so I thought I would do that and I can like show everything in depth when I fill the closet. Tonight's plan is I need to take 7-Up for a walk, who is the recent foster pup. So we'll take him for a walk in a bit. I want to do some boring things, put some washing away. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this different kind of video. First step of the night is the brick. I'd seen people posting about this on TikTok. I go through phases with my phone. Like sometimes I'm really in the swing of not scrolling too much. I'm really good in the evenings and the mornings. Don't check my notifications first thing. But it's an addiction. You just, it's like muscle memory of switching between the apps. I don't have to explain it. We all are addicted. The people that have had one all were saying they've had the best experiences, and that having something physical instead of these like apps that just block your social media was so much better. So I'm gonna give it a try. Basically, you tap your phone on the brick and it blocks whatever apps you pick for it to block. So I've done Instagram, TikTok, all the socials. I've also blocked YouTube. Yeah, I've blocked them all. So I'm gonna try it for the first time tonight, and you can set yourself like a schedule, and if you don't have the brick, you can't unlock your apps. I mean, there's like an emergency unlock, but I think it's like you can only do it a certain amount of times, which helps, but okay, here we go. I think this is what I do. Woohoo! Okay, time for a walk. Before I moisturise, I'm going to do a round of my IPL. This is my nude. I've spoken about this before. I try to do it once a week, but in reality it's probably every 2, so I'm going to do a round of this. Okay, so for my body care, I've been using this CosRX Skin Barrier Moisturising Cream. Tend to go for the fragrance-free stuff, just sometimes get some eczema flare-ups, but I do love my scented oils and stuff, especially if I'm like going out and I want to smell really good. So, but to be honest, I haven't really had that much eczema. I don't know if it was my last vlog, but I asked you guys about products and things like that. And it seems to have just chilled out on its own. Maybe I was eating something, or honestly, it's so hard to tell. I've been loving this 1111 Vanilla Lake and Sky body oil. But I'll always do like a cream and then an oil on top. Skincare, I'm just gonna talk through some things really quick because I want to put a face mask on. So I'm not gonna put anything on right now. But I just finished this, the Dua Augustinus Beta new brand that Dua Lipa came out with. There's just 3 products, a cream cleanser, which is this, the serum and the moisturizer. I used all 3 together every day, morning and night, and SPF during the day, and loved them. I just finished the other two, but I still have some of the cleanser left. Really gentle, simple. I'm all about less is more, so I love just using the 3 products every day and not thinking about anything else. I also just think consistency is key, especially with my skin. Like if I use something new, it will probably go crazy. So I really liked this new brand. And now that that's run out, I've been using the Tatcha Longevity Serum, which I've used a few bottles of this. I know I like it. And this I haven't used before. It's the Youth to the People Superfood Air Whip Moisture Cream. I tend to like a lighter moisturiser. And then in the evening I can put something on top if I feel like my skin needs it, just because I find it hard to get the balance between it being moisturised and then blocking my pores. So I like to use a serum and a moisturiser and like give it that love, but without it being too oily and then me breaking out. And then if I need that extra love at night time, my skin's feeling a bit dry, maybe I've been in the sun or flying or something, I either use the Road Barrier Butter or, I don't know how you pronounce this, Cicaplast? I know everyone loves this. I'm a bit late to the game. I've actually only just started using it probably a couple of weeks ago, but it's so nice. Like, you guys weren't joking. Like, it's like so moisturizing and like thick and nice, but like no breakouts, no blocked pores. What is this magic? I mean, it's La Roche-Posay. In La Roche-Posay we trust. And then a little special mention is this Saint-Tropez Bronzing Water Face Mist. But I normally don't like any sort of face tan that is drops, cream, anything. The only face tan I like is a spray, because I like to just spray it on like the sides of my face, like where the sun would hit you. If you use one of those creams or the drops that you mix in with like your moisturizer or whatever, I feel like it makes you look dirty and muddy and like sticks inside your pores and everything. So I always use a spray. I love U-Tan. I'd used U-Tan for a few years, and then I thought I'd try this because I saw people posting about it and it's really good as well. Exfoliators. I love, it's in my shower, I love the Dermalogica powder stuff. I probably use that like once a week. I try and exfoliate like twice a week, sometimes with a lighter exfoliant, sometimes with something a little bit harsher. This is really nice if you're skin sensitive or you want to exfoliate more and it be more gentle. It's the Tatcha Rice Polish Classic. The Tatcha Rice Polish Classic, try and say that 3 times fast. It like foams up really nice and milky. It's a powder, and yeah, it like foams up into like a cleanser with like super gentle beads of exfoliant in it. And then I've used this for a few years. I don't know how old I was. A few years ago, I really struggled with like congestion on my forehead and little bumps, and I'd never had any skin issues before, and I had it for a while. It was kind of, it would get worse, then better, then worse, then better. I think it was due to like, I was doing a lot of, I was modeling like most days at the time, and also super glam clients. So I'd have like powder and foundation packed on my face like every day, all day. And then I'd also be putting makeup on the weekends and packing the powder on. And I definitely wasn't exfoliating correctly. And yeah, I don't know what it's called. I know there's a name for it, but when you get it on your forehead specifically, and it's like those little congested bumps. This solved that for me, or put me on the journey of solving that. It's the Malaysia 2.5% benzoyl peroxide gel. I still use this so rarely now. I don't need it as much, especially now that I live in a lot drier climate. My skin's a lot drier just anyway. But say I've like worked a lot or worn a lot of makeup, or maybe had sunscreen on every day, I notice like these little bumps coming up on my forehead or even around my mouth. I reach for this, I put on like the tiniest amount overnight, and then my skin the next day, like if I put it on my forehead, the next day it's like you could see your reflection in my forehead. It's so exfoliated and shiny and gorgeous. But this can be really strong, and if you have sensitive skin, be wary. Use your SPF after. Maybe try it like a really small amount once a week. But this, if you look up this brand, and this is like, they've never sent me products or anything, by the way. This is like, I did my own research at the time and found it. If you search up this brand and look at their like before and after pictures of people that have used their products, you'll be like, wow, it's pretty incredible. Eye creams. This is the Clarins Total Eye Lift Retinol-like technology. Use this at night. During the day, Tatcha Brightening Eye Cream. I use this keratin mascara. I don't use a lash serum or growth serum or anything like that. I just use this. This is from Yumi Lashes, which is where I get my keratin lash lifts and tints. I know people don't like these products, but personally, if I get a pimple and I need it to go really quickly, this is the shit. You all know about this probably. The Mario Badescu drying lotion works for me, so that's all I can say. Lip mask, best lip mask of all time. This is, I've genuinely probably gone through 20 tubs, but the tubs last forever. That's how long I've been using it for and how much I use of this. I use it during the day, use it at night. It's incredible. Greg used it the other day and he was like, this is the best thing I've ever put on my lips. Like, this is amazing. It's so rich and moisturizing and amazing, and just, I literally can't sing its praises enough. This is the best lip mask. Oh, there's a hair. It's Tatcha. I don't know what it's called. The Kissu lip mask. Can you tell I'm a Tatcha fan? Loads of these products, Tatcha. That's my skincare. That's most of it anyway. But these are the things I've been using and that I love. Oh, also honourable mention, I really like the Youth to the People face cleanser. I'm looking at it right now because it's like next to the bathtub. That's a great cleanser. I think that's everything. In terms of masks, I'm gonna use a mask now. Never mind. Again, this is Cosrx. I think that's how you pronounce it. I love their masks. I'm gonna put this on. I've ordered sushi, had to be done, and I'm gonna watch a gardening show on Netflix. Hello? I didn't realize I had a date tonight. No! I'm putting on the last episode of This Is a Gardening Show on Netflix. Zach is so funny and I just love shit like this. I love like recently like nature shows, anything to do with animals. I find it so calming and also just so much more entertaining than watching like a drama TV series. This is so funny. I would highly recommend watching it. Me and Eva are like a bit weird. We're not weird, but like a bit nerdy in some ways. And I was like, you need to watch this. And she texted me today like, this is my favourite show I've ever watched. I'm sitting here like with loads of smiling emojis. Yeah, it's so funny. Would highly recommend. Tonight's sweet treat. And I'm going for a peppermint tea. The tea is an absolutely essential part of the evening routine. We have our tea, we have our questions. We're all cozy. Can you see his little face? Can you see it there? I don't know if he's tucked too in the covers. He's worn out from today. The most asked question is about my job and how I got into it and modelling and stuff like that. I always get questions about modelling. I guess it's like an interesting job, but I basically got scouted when I was about, I can't remember exactly how old I was. I must have been 13 or 14. And I got scouted at like music festivals and just out and about. I feel like models that get scouted always have a story of being scouted on Oxford Street in London. I definitely had that too. And I kept all the little cards stacked up in my bedside drawer because I was so young, and also I just was like, I want to be a dancer, like it doesn't matter because that's what I'm gonna do. And I think when I was about 15, well, yeah, I was 15, I remember going to see agencies with my mum, and most of them were like, nah. I was quite small, and yeah, I was just young, and I ended up signing with my first agency, and I stayed with them for a while. I did a few jobs, but I was 16, so there's only so much you can do when you're that age. And then I changed agencies. I can't remember how old I was. I'm still with them now. They're still my London agency. And again, I did more stuff. I was testing a lot and doing all the grafting, and then I started working consistently. It must have been 17, 18, I think. Yeah, it must have been 17. And then I started getting my regular clients and stuff. And when I turned 18, that's when it started to grow, because I think a lot of the clients that I started working with wanted me to be 18, if I remember correctly. Because I remember like casting with ASOS loads of times before I turned 18, and then when I did, that's when they started booking me consistently. And then when I left college, that's when I went full time. During COVID, I started TikTok. I just started posting makeup tutorials and fit checks and random stuff. Like the trends during COVID were so funny. They come up on my like this day, this many years ago, and I'm like, wow. It was so simple back then. Now it's completely different. So yeah, that's how I started modeling and social media. And the second most asked question is basically the same thing, is like how to do it and any tips and stuff like that. I don't know. I find that hard to answer because everyone's journey is so individual. But the biggest thing I would say, and if I could tell myself a few years ago, I would say just be patient. It takes time. You will get there, and there's still, places I want to be. But yeah, it takes time. Like, it's crazy to think that I've technically been modeling for basically 10 years. Even though I went full time at 18, I was still testing and, working on my portfolio and just being a good model from like the age of 14, so 15. So yeah, I would just tell myself, and I would tell anyone asking that question, to just be patient and consistent and try and try and try again. A lot of you are asking about moving here and what it was like and why I moved, and how it's been and if I like it and stuff like that. I moved for work. I signed with an LA modelling agency probably must be like 4 years ago now, because I was with them for a couple of years before I got my visa and moved. So yeah, I signed with them a long time ago because it is and felt like a natural progression for me in my job. It's what a lot of models do. You can only really, you don't want to hold yourself back by just working in one market. The more markets you're exposed to, the more jobs you can book. And, here there's different kinds of jobs and different brands. And a lot of those brands I knew I wanted to work for, and I knew I could. So yeah, signed with an agency here, and I got my visa a few years ago, and I've nearly been here 2 years, which is absolutely crazy. I started with just saying that I would come for 3 months, which I did, and I liked it. And then I said I'm going to do a year, and then I'm still here. I love my job here, I love my lifestyle here, I love my friends here, I love my boyfriend. I have an amazing group of people now, and yeah, life's good. I love it, but it's really hard. A lot of people are saying, like, how do you deal with being away from family and all of that stuff, and sensitive time to ask me because I haven't seen them in a while, probably the longest I've gone so far. And it's starting to feel like I really need to see them now. But how I deal with it, good question. I don't know. It comes in waves. Some days are really good, some days are bad. It depends how you feel, depends how busy you are. Like, every day is completely different. Yeah, FaceTime a lot, call a lot, stay as in touch and up to date with each other's lives as I can to feel connected. Sometimes you're like doing something so mundane. Maybe you've had like 2 busy days. I'm like running on adrenaline, working or something, and then I'll sort of, I don't know, be washing a dish or something, and I'm like, ah, I miss my mom. Sorry, my camera died. Also, sorry if this is like flickering. I'm using the TV as my light. Otherwise, it's very dark in here. What was I just talking about? Someone asked, what's the most British thing you still do living in LA? I have a cup of English breakfast tea every morning. I'd say that's my most British thing. Also, like, some of the questions are obviously about moving and stuff, but a few of them are like, did you experience cultural shock? Like, what differences, like, did you notice moving? Honestly, there's so many. I could talk about it for ages, but I definitely felt like I felt like I would say things. I still feel like this a lot, and I love my American friends, but the person that I'd said it to would look at me like they would never heard anything like it in their life. And I felt like I was really morbid because we're so dry and sarcastic, and like we can be super negative, but like not in a bad way. Like, we think it's funny, or it's just in our language, or like our sayings can be really morbid or blunt. And I still sometimes will say something and the person's like, it goes straight over their head. They're probably thinking, what the fuck? But most of my close people here are British, to be fair. But I do obviously have American friends and love them. But yeah, no, there's a lot of cultural differences for sure. Someone's asked about fostering. What made you decide to foster? It's so inspirational and amazing of you. That's very sweet. Thanks. I grew up with cats. I love cats. I always wanted a dog when I was younger. And since being here, obviously don't have my family, going on from the topic before. And I do have I'm still super busy, but I have a little bit more time to give something here, if this makes any sense, because I don't have my little sister, I don't have my mum. Like, I was craving doing something, you know, a purpose. I love animals. I've never had a dog before. I knew I wanted one, but also with travel and going away for long periods of time back home and traveling for modelling and stuff, I knew I probably couldn't adopt straight away. I also just wanted to foster I wanted to help. I wanted to experience different dogs, and I find it really rewarding fostering them and learning them individually, and they're also different. I mean, this is only my third, but from what I can tell, they're all so different. Obviously, I've all had completely different and somewhat hard backgrounds, so I have really enjoyed getting to know them and their personalities and temperaments, and trying to help them feel comfortable and happy. And yeah, and also I would love to find them homes, or help find them homes too. So yeah, that's why I started to foster, and I love it. It's been really rewarding. It's just been for short periods of time right now because of travel and things, but I'm glad I could even help just for a few days. And it's so nice to have a little companion around. I feel like I was missing that, so I really enjoy having something to look after and something to keep me company, like tonight. He looks so cute. Speaking of which, we're looking for his forever home. He's been such a sweetheart. If you're in the LA area, if you're looking for a little sweet dog, he's 2 years old. He is really great out around other dogs and humans. Yeah, he's been a delight so far. He's a little shy. He likes to be close to you. And I'll leave LaBelle's website down below as well in case you're interested. That's who 7up is with, and they're an amazing foundation. Even if you fancy donating or anything, I'll leave the link below. But yeah, I'm excited to continue fostering and learning more. I'd never had a dog before, so it's, like it's been a learning experience for me too. Okay, last question. I fear I've been talking for a long time. A lot of people are asking about workouts and wellness and all that good stuff. And I was thinking of maybe doing like a week of wellness or something like that. Just show workouts and some recipes and stuff like that, maybe. Let me know if that's something you'd like to see. But yeah, I think that was good, right? Felt really funny to sit down and talk about myself. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this was a relaxing video for you. I really enjoyed making it. I've had such a lovely evening with you. A lot of you say that my videos are relaxing, and that's the biggest compliment you could give me. That's all I want. I love watching like calming people on YouTube. It's the best. So I hope I can be that space for you sometimes. And I hope you enjoyed watching. I'll see you next time. Love you guys.